Hey Rob, it's Chris. I'm doing my lab exam. First roll, got a 12. Cuboid dorsal glide. And 7. Subtalar eversion. So cuboid, which one? Dorsal? Yeah, okay. Go ahead and go prone. I'm gonna have Abby go prone. This is dorsal. Get up to the 90-90 resting position. Here would be 10 degrees of plantar flexion, just midway between pronation and supination. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stabilize talus here, right off. Fifth met head has styloid process. Reach over this way. Let me look for find the cuboid. Okay. So towards the dorsum of the foot. Initially assess joint motion, get all the way in range. Okay, and for grade 1, I would oscillate at the initial 0 to 25. For grade 2, it'd be a smaller amplitude going to that 50% of the joint play. For grade 3, you go from 50 to the end range, and grade 4 you'd oscillate at end range. Okay. Then I had subtalar eversion. Okay. So again, 10 degrees of plantar flexion, midway between pronation and supination. What we're going to do here is I'm going to stabilize the talus and cup around the calcaneus, and we're going to move the calcaneus and the talus. And we're just going to kind of force it into a little bit of a valgus, or rear foot valgus, sorry. And for grades again, I would get to end range here. A grade 1 would be just oscillations from 0 to 25. Grade 2, small amplitudes at 50%. Grade 3 go from 50 to the end range, and grade 4 would be oscillations at end range. Case number 2, 7-year-old male, post-distal fibular fracture. Exercise for ankle strengthening is tolerated. First exercise I would do is, long sit please. Gonna work on uniplanar strengthening here for inversion, eversion. So use a appropriate TheraBand. This is the only one we got for now, so I'll probably have them use a red or a green or something. I'm stabilizer distal tip fib here, and just so the motion really comes from the ankle, and invert a little bit. Good. 3. Up over this way. Do the same thing for eversion. Here, help with the stabilization of the distal tip fib. Good. Okay. And for my next exercise, I'm gonna have a patient weight bear a little bit, so I'm gonna have him do mini squats. That's where he gets a little bit of the dorsiflex component, the eccentric, and he gets also a little bit of concentric of the gastroc and stuff, so with a little weight bearing component.